Hello, everyone, and I apologize for being late. I had some puppy duties that at the last minute showed up at my door. So happy day. It's our 5th day of our Shedding the Bitch conversation, 5 steps to shed your bitch. And today it's all about, let me show you what it's about. Where'd I put it? Where did I put it? It's all about accelerate. Accelerate. So this power series, specifically for the Shedding the Bitch audience, is all about, what are those steps that you could be taking to really move through any limiting beliefs, fears, insecurities, negativities, what we call bitches here, in order for you to really be in the mindset, the empowered, strong, emboldened mindset, in order for you to be able to pursue and achieve whatever it is that you've laid out for yourself. So these 5 steps are specifically meant to give you things to work on, things to contemplate, things to ask yourself, things to then work through. So you have a tool in your back pocket that you could be using each and every day when all of a sudden you're finding yourself sitting at your desk and you are totally stuck of what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, and any kind of passion or excitement around it. Maybe you are fearful about taking the next step. Maybe you have an opportunity that you're just not sure how to reconcile it. Maybe there's a decision you need to make, which you're really not, comfortable with, whether or not you're going to listen to your gut or whether or not you got to get practical. So the 5 steps that we've been talking about since we're on day 5 is that you were discovering anything and everything that you can about yourself and how you operate in order to really then kind of have a baseline of where you are, but where you want to go. And then on Tuesday, we talked about confronting the good, the bad, the ugly of what it is that you've discovered. And confronting talks to the fact that, yes, you do need to confront those limiting beliefs, those hardships, those sense of victimhood, maybe those fears, those doubts, those negativities, those experiences, encounters, relationships that you've had in the past that have kind of held you back or held you down. But at the same time, the confronting stage also talks about you honoring your riches, you honoring those qualities and traits and expertise and experiences and awards and skills and talents that you have, because holding on to those will help you overcome any of the limiting beliefs or bitches, as we call them, that might be kind of creating havoc in your life. And then on the 3rd step is then you work on identifying and shedding those things that are no longer working for you, that are no longer serving you. And while you're holding on and enriching those things, those riches that are helping you, that are propelling you, that are setting you up for success in the future. So there's a lot of decisions you need to be making and some hard work that needs to get done in order for you to be able to shed what you've confronted and discovered. And then on Thursday, the step 4, we talked about creating. Now that you have done this work, you discovered what it is that you really want, what you don't want. You've confronted it. You've let go of those things that are holding you down, but you're, pumping up those things that are working for you. Now you could go and create new goals, new dreams, new aspirations, new hobbies, new relationships, new income sources, new businesses, new careers, whatever the case might be. Today, we want to talk about how do you take all of that, especially the create that you outlined for yourself in step 4, and how do you now accelerate it? How do you now put it on full blast and just go for it? And the only thing I can, share with you in that regard is just imagine that last time. Could have been yesterday, could have been a week ago, could have been 10 years ago. Remember that last time when everything seems to be in alignment, where everything is ticking. Maybe it's when you realize that you fell in love. And oh my gosh, what a feeling that is. I mean, I go back to it the first time I fell in love all the time, because it just gave me almost like this, the sun was just burning from within me with such joy and such glow that anytime that I really focus on it, I'm brought back to that kind of that state of ecstasy, that state of just pure joy. So in the accelerate phase, I want you to go back to that sense. It might not be that you fell in love. It may just be that you really came into yourself. It really kind of discovered what it is that you want for yourself. Or you may have finally, after weeks, months, years of working on your business, maybe you finally feel like you're in the groove. You finally feel like you're, just kind of not on autopilot, but you're more in the flow. You're more in the flow. So consider for yourself that last time, and then amp it up like 2, 4, 10 times of where you are, and then where you really want to accelerate going forward. You may find yourself that, yes, you've created this new goal, this new dream, this new opportunity, this new passion, this new product, this new offer. What can you do? What are those 1 to 3 things you can do to really accelerate either realizing an outcome, an output of any of those things? Maybe that you can accelerate the development and therefore the distribution or the marketing or the offering of what that might be. Maybe you can accelerate the building of your network, the building of your income. Maybe you can accelerate the offers and the rates or the prices that you're charging. Maybe you can accelerate the speed of which you are going out and you're working on those prospects. You're working on building that funnel. You're working on making those prospect calls. You're working on putting the processes and procedures and infrastructure in place to not only sell, but to onboard new business. What are those things that you have now created for yourself that are either an extension of what it is that you are already working on, but it could be something brand new, starting with a blank piece of paper. And now you're saying to yourself, okay, there are 3 empowering questions, which we've talked about throughout the week. One of the 3 empowering questions that I have for myself today is, what can I do to speed up, to beef up or enrich what it is that I'm doing? So that's accelerating. That is, what can I, so I had a conversation earlier, and she was expressing that she wants to, beyond the content that she has currently and this great set of programs that she has, she then said, well, and I do want to eventually, put in speaking. And this is a common thing that I hear all the time. I do want to be a coach. I do want to become a speaker. I do want to write a book. I do want to start a podcast. So all of those things they're creating because they're discovering, confronting, and shedding what is working for them or what is not working for them. And now they have this opportunity to create. And then the question is, okay, so how can you go from this idea, this want, this desire, and accelerate it to where it's working for you much sooner than where you might have planned it, 5 minutes ago or last week or whatever the case might be. So accelerate is also, because you heard me like all giggly yesterday in the create phase, because there's nothing better than taking something that already exists and seeing what it can transform into. There's nothing better than starting with a blank piece of paper. Maybe you're an artist or a painter, or you're a writer, or you're a producer. And there's nothing, better than starting from a blank piece of paper and actually getting your hands dirty, getting your mind, not dirty. I don't want to say that, but you're getting your mind into it. And the next thing you know, you're creating something that you never even considered before. But now is a time to say, okay, I understand what it is that I want and what I'm going to be doing. I'm not really even sure how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to put all the things in place that I can put my foot on the pedal and just accelerate forward like gangbusters. So accelerate is just another very, very exciting and very kind of just curious phase that you would work yourself into. All right. So now if we look, I have an itchy nose. Once again, is there something about that? Because I think the last couple of days I've had an itchy nose the minute I've come onto the program. Um, so now as we look at these 5 steps that we've been through, discover, confront, shed, create, and now accelerate. Consider for yourself in what situations, in what challenges, in what opportunities, in what decision-making times can I use these 5 steps? And I would just suggest to you that it can be anything from, getting up in the morning and not really having a plan in place. Maybe it's a blank piece of paper, or maybe you've laid out something happened in the middle of the night, and now you're really not sure of kind of what you should be doing or need to be doing today, let alone the week, month, or year. So you sit down and you say, okay, so what about those 5 steps? Well, those 5 steps say, okay, what do I need to discover about my current state of being, my current situation, my current status of where I am? What do I need to discover about it? It could be something very practical, very tactical, very specific, but it also could be something that's more fluid and more intangible, because maybe it is a limiting belief that's holding you back. Maybe it is a hesitation or apprehension or a fear of making the right decision or even making a decision. So what is it that you need to discover about where you are right now that's going to help you move forward and, kind of address that goal, address that objective, address that measurement that I have, address that timeline that I set for myself? And then what do I need to confront about it? The practical, logical, tactical, or easy, right? You come up with the 1, 2, or 3 things that you all of a sudden discover that you should be focused on, you should be doing whatever. Okay, then I need to just define those steps and take those steps. But again, some of them are very, very intangible, very emotional, very belief oriented, very feeling oriented. And yet at the same time, you need to kind of confront, okay, so why am I scared? Why am I questioning myself? What am I doubting about this situation? And now I need to also look for proof as to whether or not my fear or insecurity or doubt or negativity or just uncertainty is grounded in anything that could be proven that, yes, this could blow up in my face. Because I might just find that, okay, I have enough proof to say, all right, I've been here, done that before, and I've overcome it. Might not even be the same situation, but a similar one. So, therefore, you're kind of saying, okay, discover, confront. And then you in a matter of seconds, minutes, depends how, what type of situation you're dealing with. You're then able to say, okay, so what is it about this that I need to let go? Or what is it that I need to hold on to and, enrich? So you're shedding the bitches, honoring your riches in the shed phase. Okay, so now that I've reconciled all of that, what new, different, bigger, or better in the create phase is it providing me? Then now that I've reconciled what I've confronted, what it and shedded, and what is that allowing me now to create? Well, I can create that new decision. I can create that new task or activity. I can create that new, emotion, feeling, and belief, because I'm making a new decision about it, or I'm shifting my attitude and my mindset. And so I'm able to create that. And then what now that I've done all of that in a matter of minutes, hours or days, if it's a big thing, what can I now accelerate? What can I now really, really just put the metal to the pedal? I think that's right. And just, let it take off. Because as you're going through each of those steps, as you're working your way from discover to confront to shed, to creating, you're also kind of finding that confidence, that clarity, that focus, that determination, that persistence, that belief in yourself. Even if it's just a crack that opens up, what I suggest is just bulldoze your way through it and kind of just break it open. Okay. In your create and accelerate phases. So these 5 steps are something that you could be using on a day in, day out basis, a tool that you can, instead of kind of questioning and worrying and getting stuck, you can literally put these 5 words up in front of you at your desk and just say, okay, so when I'm in a situation, I'm in my head or I'm in my heart or I'm struggling with my gut, I need to work through these steps, this framework, in order to kind of get myself moving forward. It's a wonderful, beautiful, kind of freeing place to be. And it's a transformative tool that if you work at it and practice it, it becomes almost, second nature. It becomes almost second nature. Okay. It's like your morning routines or your habits that you have, or any type of routine you might have. After a while, they become almost, on the subconscious level, even unconscious level, to where you're just doing them naturally. And here you're just learning a new way of processing experiences and your beliefs, emotions, thoughts, and feelings, actions, even words. You're just processing them differently. So you're always being productive. You're always being focused and clear. All right. So I want to mention that. So the 5 steps and this power series, short little chunks, 20 minutes to 30 minutes each day of, some tips and advice, and sometimes tough love as to what might be going on in your world and in your universe. And if it's not today, it could be tomorrow or a week from now, and maybe it's never. But if and when you should need a support system, the 5 steps to shed the bitches is a very powerful, powerful tool for you to be able to use. Now, I've also suggested that if you should want to really understand and learn or have the support, have the sounding board, have the coaching, the mentoring, the guidance, the strategies, the ideas and tips, and overall the accountability to what it is you're working on and what it is you need to be doing and how you're going to get there, then if you need that level of support, I'd be honored to support you with that. And what we have to offer is our 3-month Discover You immersion, which over a 3-month period, you're getting weekly one-on-ones, you're getting group masterminding, you're getting you're getting bi-monthly training, you're getting flash coaching, which basically is you bring up a situation or a decision or a project or an idea, and in a matter of a couple of minutes, we're popcorning, as I call it, ideas and suggestions and advice for you. So it's totally separate from your one-on-ones. And how many of us could use a one-on-one individual to work with, a mentor, an expert, someone who's been there and done that for decades and who is so dedicated and devoted to your success. Okay. But yet at the same time, I get that it's not for everybody. And even for those that think it's for them, I definitely want to be sure that it works for both of us. So if you just wanted to schedule a powerhouse session for us to discuss your goals, your business, your opportunities, the challenges that you're having, the targets that you're going after, we can, not only I can give you tips and advice and sometimes tough love, but I can also see if it's a good fit for you to be part of the Discover You immersion. And if it is, woohoo! And if it isn't, you know what? That's perfectly okay as well. Because the way I see it is we both will want it to be the best fit in order for you not only to achieve your goals and to even exceed them, but to be sure that you're getting a return on your investment, whether that's quantitative or qualitative. Everything that I happen to do as a coach is all around return on investment. if you're putting $1 out, you should be getting $2, $4, $6, $10 back. And again, it may not necessarily be in revenue, but it's definitely in value and impact and transformation and change. And then eventually, because I'm all about helping you break through from 5 to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures, eventually it needs to be around revenue and profit and client base and that kind of thing. But find out if it's a good fit for you. So, and take advantage of getting some free tips and strategies and advice from an expert who's been there and done that. And, so a simple, powerhouse session is just a matter of time that you're taking and investing. And like I said, if it's a fit, woohoo, we'll get into more discussion in regards to what the Discover You Immersion program looks like and what the investment is. And if it's not, woohoo, I'm going to applaud you all the way to your successes. All right. So I want to leave you with that. And you could just go to tiny.cc/powerhouse session to schedule that. And I only take a few of them. And as a matter of fact, there's like 2 full weeks in late April that I won't even be taking any appointments. So there's a few slots. And if you want to grab one, go right ahead. I'll look forward to being able to support you in any way, shape, or form. All right. So I hope this power series, short, brief, kind of rich tips and advice was helpful for you over the last 5 days. Go back. These videos are not going to go anywhere. So if you've missed one or you haven't even looked at any and you're just jumping in on this one right now, then, go and, scroll through. I'm not sure Pages has guides. I should know that, right? But I'll make sure that they're there for you. They're readily available to you at any point in time for you to go and pull them down and be able to walk through 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 steps of shedding the bitches. Okay. And then just reach out at any time and let me know how I can support and serve you. And I'd be honored to do so. So for everyone here in the Shift to Riches and Shedding the Bitches community, I will see you real soon out on either Facebook, Instagram, on our Shedding the Bitch radio channel, or I'm going to see you during a powerhouse session over the next couple of weeks. All right. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.